I'm going to do a little more herbal and verbal fun. Now, let's see. Ooh, dropped something. The story of the monster of Travis Green. There was a small town of Piney Wide. A green area, a garden of paradise. But everything, just wasn't that nice. And sure enough, there was a brook that flowed. There was even a falls with a beautiful fountain that blows. And everybody was so happy in a cheery old town. Everybody knew everybody from miles around. And it seemed to be so weird, strange that day, 'cause someone screamed down by the bay. And a holler and a scream and more ahead. The people were phoning crazy and screaming in their heads. And I walked down and looked through, and I did with dread. For there laid poor Mindy Meyer. She lost her head. And nobody understood, she was such a nice girl, she never lied. And she was such a good person, always give when need. But poor Mandy Meyer is at her end indeed. The people were confused, people were wild, people couldn't understand why this poor child. We were on the case and looking hard. We were trying to figure out why someone would kill that poor child. Weeks went by and things got worse. They found another person's head in the fountain, of course. Never did find a body, only her head. She had red hair. She smiled with dread. I don't understand. No one does too. No one knows her name. But she's victim number 2. Things in town were unrest indeed. People were leaving their lights on and even bought guns to protect thee. It seemed to be hard. People had dogs. They chased the world and looked through the park, all and howled. But no one was found. No one indeed. No prints, no nothing. They didn't know who done the deeds. Another week passed, and guess what, too? Now there's 3 bodies, but the head's missing on this one, too. Sure enough, it was poor Sam Gann. He was the guy who was washing down the pool when he was slain. And it don't matter what you say, he was a pretty good guy. A lot of kids gave him a hard time because he was kind of a strange kind of guy. But he sure was friendly, and he always helped, but now he's just, a piece of felt. So you never know what'll happen to you. He used to clean pools, now he's pool stew. Well, 2 weeks passed. The town was getting pretty rough. People were leaving, packing up. No clue who done it. And no one dare go. The park was closed. The funny thing, after it done closed, it all went quiet. For how long, who knows? And then again they opened up the park 2 years later, and then they found another severed head. Right, another one in the fountain 2 days later. And still it's come. That's all I can tell you. 'Cause it would still be. And whoever's out in that mountain green, hiding in that paradise of life, you better be careful. There's someone walking around there with a knife.